What the hell is this? I know at least one of you thought this before, and with the recent success and added viewership of some videos, more than one of you have definitely asked this question to themselves. Plus, thinking back on how little I've generally pushed Project Smol publicly, and like anything related to the characters as of recent, has most likely caused this dilemma I've thought about here. So I think I owe it to my audience, and myself to an extent, to try and somewhat explain what Smol exactly is, and why I would really like for you to care. I don't plan on making this a lengthy video because I honestly don't think it needs to be long, and I also want actual products like comics or a series to go deeper into Smol and his world. This is kind of just a video to try and spark some fraction of interest. Hopefully it works. So let's get to the main question out of the way. What is Smol? He's an OC I made. No duh. If you've been around on my channel and even some of my other socials, it probably won't take you very long to spot him. I've drawn him a lot, and I probably will continue to. But what is he? He's obviously non-human, at least in the traditional sense. Is he a cat, a wolf, a coyote, an alien? He's an alien. What flavor of alien though? That's what I've been trying to figure out for a while. He's definitely his own unique new thing, and I'm only lightly figuring out what I want to call this new thing as I write the script. I'm thinking the species are called furrails or something, because they have fur and their lack of necks are kind of like Rayman. Work in progress species name though. I would have done a spin on something like Therians, but like I don't really want to associate myself with that whole. If you know, you know. I created Smol around when I was 9 to 10 years old. One of my older cousins was using this app called Sony Sketch, which was a social media platform for artists endorsed by PlayStation guys. I wanted to get into it and showcase my mediocre art, so I went on my phone, and after a bit of thinking of how I wanted to portray myself, I came up with this thing. The basics of his initial, very much scrapped lore was that he died at some point of time, becoming a dark furry ghost, and he was discovered and befriended by my hyperfixations at the time. I think at one point he was supposed to be based on Crash Bandicoot, and that idea was terrible. I am very glad I didn't do that. Anyway, I mainly used Smol to represent myself in situations such as like your reaction collaborations, basically making comics with people on the internet or something. Anyway, I want to say late 2018, early 2019 made me think and not want to do the ghost thing anymore, so I resuscitated him and made him only a few steps away from being a stickman. The reason why he doesn't have a neck at this point was because I had no concrete idea how to draw them and to make it look good. Then later in the year, he acquired the signature sweater, skipped a few embarrassing chapters, and now we've reached the present day.
I know of Smol, but I don't know Smol. How does he think and feel and tolerate? What are his dreams and aspirations? What end of the political spectrum would he fall under?
Getting Smol's character to where it is today took a really good while, but I think I'm at a decent point with it. He's generally a chillaxed character, but how he acts can vary depending on who he's around. He's a little reckless and a decent amount of dense, and far from the smartest person in the room. He isn't into sudden changes in his schedule and would much rather be free to do whatever he wants, but he will get the job done best he can if he feels obligated to, if it means he can go back to normal especially. His main power is the ability to fully shapeshift. Basically, he can like shapeshift into like aspects of characters and like people he knows while mimicking their abilities to a fraction of their power. Basically, for example, if you were to shapeshift into like Sonic the Hedgehog, he could still run fast, but his top speed would only be a fraction of the real Sonic's top speed. As for his origins, I haven't fully gotten around to an absolute gist of things. I haven't fully handled that. But the route I plan to go down is that he was either raised by myself, insert, if I could find a good way to explain that, or by some group of friends similar to his original lore. Either single father or friend group. Which one sounds more fitting? I don't know. This section of the video is meant to talk about the main relationships he has. Firstly, I kind of gotta talk about Pix. My close friend group and people who have come across me before have at least probably heard of her. Smol and Pix have been the two main OCs I've used and the primary subjects of fan art I've been given outside my own self-insert. By the way, to anyone who has ever given me fan art, thank you very much. Please make more. But anyway, Pix is his girlfriend, of course. I made a short comic a few years ago illustrating the origin of their friendship, and I think going deeper into how their relationship kind of works is a pretty good idea for like another video or like a comic or series episode if I can manage to get that far. The second main relationship I want to talk about is his rivalry with EXE. his brother. Smol.exe is pretty shut down when it comes to trying to bond with Smol. Smol is confused mostly by the hostility. He doesn't understand, but like still rides with it if it's gonna be like the status quo. He enjoys a decent amount of rage baiting his half brother. They're not like technically they're biological because EXE was designed as like a clone. It's a weird situation. That's something I'll explain more later. Most of their headbutting is more illustrated in modern art, like this drawing I did a few months ago, but notable things I've done that also showcase this was this canceled comic I made a bit ago, mainly about poking a little bit of fun at EXE's relationship with Breezy, which is another topic for another video if I even get that far. Depends how this video will do. The final relationship that I'm gonna get to in this video is with Jazzy. This is the most complicated in a technicality because Jazzy was created by and co-owned by Scrum. If you didn't watch the last arting, I talked about that a little bit. So our portrayals of the characters have deviated a bit. My basis on the rivalry that I have for my version of Jazzy, at least right now, was due to Jazzy's initial crush on Pix, so it's more one-sided on Jazzy's part, while Smol doesn't take it as serious. I'm trying to think more about how to synergize the versions more as I make more decisions on what to do with all of these characters in this world again, but for right now, this is where I'm at with this. Now that we're at the end of the video, I do want to softly announce that I'm thinking of bringing more comics of the characters in, since jumping to a full-blown series or whatever Project Smol is meant to be is a pretty sizable jump. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll keep them in mind as well. Just generally, I want to redefine and expand on Smol's world and make something that'll probably resonate with someone in the world. If this seems interesting to you at all, and you want to be part of it or something, just DM me on Discord letting me know, and I can add you to a server where we kind of have things going on. It's been like a bit dormant since I've been working on stuff, aka A, B, C, not even to mention stuff about like the future in college and all of that. But anyways, I guess the last thing I have to say regarding the topic today is line eyes or circle eyes, man. Which team are you on? I should make this a poll.